What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. We have a list of the ultimate fruity fragrance guide in my collection. Last week in the weekly rotation, I wore a bunch of my favorite fruity fragrances, and I wanted to put together a list that was just fruity fragrances. So if anybody's looking for a fruity fragrance, this list should do. Or if you've tried all of them and you hate all of them, it won't do. Now, this list had an inspiration of two fragrances. The first one being YSL Eau de Parfum, and the second one being the House of Diston's Game of Joy. So I'm doing a collaboration with Roma in a separate video, but I just wanted to mention it here. This is like the ultimate watermelon fragrance. It is so delightful, like one of the best fruity fragrances I've smelled in a long time. It's like an amazing watermelon fragrance. I've never smelled a watermelon fragrance this like realistic, but there's also like mango and passion fruit in here as well. It's a phenomenal fruity fragrance. But also, you know, YSL Eau de Parfum, this is an apple fragrance, ginger forward here, excellent stuff. One of my favorite designers of all time. I've worn so much of this, and it's just a really good option if you're looking for a fruity fragrance. The other highly underrated fruity fragrance, this one has a plum note in it. This is Bad Boy's Cobalt. This has a nice musky douchebaggery kind of smell to it, but it also has this nice plum accord in here. There's an oak wood in here that makes up the base. This is some excellent stuff. Everyday blue versatile fragrance here with a nice hint of plum. The plum in here is excellent. It's a nice fruity sweetness. Really excellent offering here. If you have not tried the Bad Boy, the bottles are stupid. They turn off a lot of people. I get that. But the Bad Boy Cobalt is an excellent hidden gem that not a lot of people talk about because it's just so slept on. There are some reviewers who do talk about it in a high regard, and shout out to them. But for the majority of the public, they hate the bottle, they hate it, they throw it out the window, and they don't talk about it ever again. Coral Fantasy from Valentino. This is apple and tobacco. So if you like an apple accord in your fragrance and you don't want to go with something like fresh and clean, like, you know, Eau de Parfum, this has a tobacco nuance to balance out that amazing apple in here. So this is a red apple compared to, you know, YSL Eau de Parfum. This is a green apple. So this one has a little bit more of that red apple kind of tartness. And then the tobacco in here, excellent, really well done. It's almost gives it like this earthy, masculine kind of cigarette kind of vibe without the smoky, headache-inducing smoker's regret, you know? Smoker's aroma. If you smoke, stop smoking. It's worth it. All right, two from Ralph Lauren. I wanted to include one, but here we are. All right, if you like mango, go with this one. This is Ralph Lauren's Polo Blue Parfum, the deep blue version. There's so many versions out now. And then this is Ralph's Club Parfum. This is the red version. This is phenomenal stuff. There is no noticeable fruitiness in here, but it comes across as red fruit, strawberry, raspberry, maybe even a little bit of watermelon, and then maybe like a plum or something. I don't know. Fruity sweet through and through. There's no, you know, fruit listed in the note breakdown, but the general consensus online and the general consensus that I get from my nose is there's some kind of fruitiness, red fruitiness, strawberry mainly in here, and then just amazingness. Really good fruity fragrance here. I love it. And then the deep blue version here is a phenomenal mango fragrance. This one smells a little bit more like, you know, deodorant than anything, with a nice mango tropical fusion of goodness. Really good. Highly slept on here. All right, then a recent release. This is 9 PM Rebel. Fantastic fragrance here. This is a pineapple smoky oak moss kind of thing here. Awesome stuff. This projects like a madman. It lasts for a long time, and it's just insanely good. But it's like that sugary sweet, almost Jolly Rancher kind of pineapple. When I first sprayed it on, I was like, that smells like a Jolly Rancher. Pineapple and apple make up the fruitiness in here. Probably a little bit more going on in there, but this is a phenomenal fragrance. One that's really close to it. This one lasts a little bit longer, but this one is a little bit more heavy in the, you know, the oak mossy smokiness. And then they have a white floral nuance going in here coming from orange blossom, which it has to take the cake. This is my favorite of the two, but this is fantastic stuff too. Pineapple forward, probably a little bit of apple in there because it's kind of similar to this one a lot. But they have a orange blossom accord in here, which is just fantastic. If you're looking for a beast mode fragrance, lasts for like an eternity, the Afnan's Collector's Edition is so fantastic. Supremacy Collector's Edition, get it. You're not going to be disappointed, especially if you like fruity fragrances. It's a fruity mix with a Creed Aventus kind of style, a lot of oak moss, and then a nice orange blossom accord in there to freshen it up, put it into the spring category. All right, Le Beau Le Parfum, excellent fruity fragrance here. This is a fruity coconut kind of smell with a nice woody dry down, nice musky tones in here. This is like a tropical, a fusion. This is a masculine pina colada. If you're going to an island for whatever reason, I don't know what you're doing at that island, none of my business, I don't judge, but wear this. This is gonna be a fantastic island fragrance. When you're doing island activities, you're gonna be smelling like a casual man. You're gonna fit into the environment quite well. Pineapple, coconut, sweet pineapple is the main player here though. And then it dries down to a nice woody tone in here. There is iris in here too. So if you like iris, give it a shot. All right, let's talk about this bad boy, 19 Degrees from Tumi. And this is a leather fragrance with a raspberry accord in here. This is so fruity sweet, and it's almost got a sugary sweet kind of fruitiness in here. This is a fantastic leather fragrance. Wear this in the fall. In the winter time though, it is a little bit challenging in the summer. You're gonna be smelling a little bit heavy, a little bit thick, a little bit dense. We all love thick and denseness, not in the summertime, not when you can choke yourself out with that heat. You could dress this one up, you could dress it down. It's a nice leather fragrance. Use it for the fall, use it for the winter. That's really when you're gonna get the best use out of it. All right, one that doesn't really last all that long, but it is a phenomenal fragrance if you like fruitiness. This is Pear Potion, and this is phenomenal. This is from Amir. It doesn't really last all that long, like I said, but it's just an amazing fruity fragrance. If you like pear, go with this one. Hands down, this is like a phenomenal fruity sweet. It smells so like realistic with the fruity sweetness, but it also has some like clean musk, some citrus in here too to really kind of like brighten it up a little bit, but it's a phenomenal fruity fragrance. Very cheap, very affordable too. You can pick this one up pretty reasonable. This is for your pear lovers. If you like pear, a juicy, sweet pear, go with this one. This one is phenomenal. Just know that it doesn't last a whole lot long. So, you only wear it, like right out the door. If you're going to like, hang out with friends or, whatever you're doing, spray it on right before you go out and you'll be smelling good throughout whatever occasion you're at. Just know that it's not gonna last past maybe 4 hours. Fragrances with poor longevity, they still do good things. You don't need like a beast mode fragrance for everything. Like if you really like the smell of something, you could definitely wear it to whatever you're doing. Because if you're spending more than 3-4 hours at something, if it's not work, like work, you have to be family friendly, whatever. But if you're going out like, to a party, to a date, whatever, if you're spending more than 4 hours, she's already your wife and you're already spending a whole lot of more money. So just buy a longer lasting fragrance. Anyway, that probably didn't help anyone. Majesty, this is from the Titan collection from Luicanno Fragrances. This is a Parfums de Marly Greenland clone, minus the yellow color that they got going on here. This is apple, oak moss, amazing stuff here. This is like fruity sweetness, bergamot heavy, but it's also this green apple approach in here. It's Parfums de Marly Greenland, but with just this like niceness. Highly slept on line here. This does not get talked about at all, but this is so good. They have a whole line. They have a Sedley clone. They have an Altair clone. They mostly clone Parfums de Marly. So if you're looking for a good Parfums de Marly, like the Titan collection, I have done videos in the past about them, so you can go look them up on my channel. But Majesty is the Parfums de Marly Greenland clone, and it's phenomenal. I can't mention fruity fragrances without mentioning Initio's Paragon, one of the best of all time, not sponsored, even though our names match. This is a fruity plum, but it's also got a nice Palo Santo wood in here. Phenomenal stuff here. This is a really good option. If you don't want to spend so much money though on Initio's Paragon, I would highly encourage you because the name is incredible. I would suggest go with maybe Lattafa's Vintage Radio. And one is a phenomenal fragrance, and it gets a lot of love and a lot of desire in the community because it's like 50 bucks or so, and you can pick it up and it's like so close to this, it's like not even funny. But I like to, stretch and like to promote the original because it has such an exceptional name. Plum, Palo Santo, and amazing oud in here. It's not stinky at all. All right, then the last one, this is a Mango Tropical Sauvage mix. This is Gisada Ambassador. This is the original one. This is phenomenal. If you're looking for a fruity sweetness with the Sauvage DNA, this is the one to go with. Great longevity here. This is a everyday douchebag smell, but the sophisticated kind, the kind that, gets compliments and has a Roth IRA and drives a Maserati. Maybe not a Maserati, maybe like a Ford Mustang from 2004, I don't know. But if you wear it, you're gonna like bring up the elevated class of it. I'm just complimenting you at this point. Let me know your favorite fruity fragrance in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on fruity fragrances. What are your favorite? I got a lot from the video I did not too long ago, but I wanna know your official fruity fragrances. It's go time. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.